We need to normalize being alone until people know themselves. Because a lot of people are in unhealthy relationships, abusive relationships, toxic relationships, all because they hate the idea, the very thought of being alone. Too much people are using relationships as a healing organization because they don't want to take the time in their single period, in their alone some period, to work on their traumas, to work on their emotional irregularities, to work on their toxic personalities. They jump from relationships to try and distract from all of this so they don't have to put in the work. Okay? Brush out one relationship and then you jump into another. What was the trending song the other day? If you're done with your ex, move on to the next. No. We ain't doing that. Because it's the quickest way to continue cycles of generational cycles that you came and saw your parents doing. Mama never liked being alone. She left one relationship. She was always with a man. All the relationships were toxic. Now you grew up. You saw that. You never learned that sometimes it's just best to be alone. Get to know yourselves and then you can start go and have relationships after you have developed healthy boundaries, after you have developed a healthy mindset, after you've healed from all your traumas, after you are mentally mature now, then you can start entertaining relationships. Right? And there we have to be real with ourselves. There are a lot of people out there, they hate the thought of going to therapy, just like a lot of them hate the thought of going to the doctor to go get a medical exam. They have all these excuses in the world not to go there because they don't want to go there. They want the easy way out. Leech off of your healing, leech off of your energy, leech off of your positive mindset. You feel drained. You feel not your best chirpy self after you've entered these relationships. Because why? People who refuse to take the alone time and go heal from their traumas and stop being low vibrational beings, they don't want to do that. They want to jump in another relationship for the relationship to heal them, for the next person, the next supply to do the healing work in them for them. Okay? That's why you cannot always fall for potential, because a lot of people, they are just not willing or ready or mentally at the place where they need to be to put in the work so that they can complement others in relationships that they are getting into. Okay? So in order to end a lot of these generational cycles that are bringing recurrent pregnancies that y'all don't want, toxic relationships that you keep ending badly, you keep seeing your mama, that happened to your mama, that happened to granny, now it come and happen to you, and you feel like by doing it the same way they did, it's gonna break the cycle. No. By taking some time to be alone, that is gonna break the cycle, because it gives you time to not only know yourself, know what your purpose is, but it also sharpens your discernment so you can hear clearer, so that you can be more spiritually led, so that you can spot narcissists from a mile coming, so that you can sniff out toxic people, so you won't enter into toxic relationships. You will be a repellent for toxic people because you will know every toxic trait there is, because you will not be willing to compromise on your boundaries. And when they come trying to get you, because you're not willing to compromise on your boundaries that you have maintained healthy boundaries and built while you were alone, you're going to be seeing the narcissist like fading away. Okay? So a lot of you are like, why am I attracting narcissists? 1 minute is a toxic one. That relationship reminded me of my father. That relationship reminded me of my ex. Because y'all never took the time to heal. Because the moment you was done with your ex, you moved on to the next. You didn't take the time to go and take some alone time so that your inner child could heal, so that you could get rid of all the old mess from the last partner is still inside of you, not to detox, not to get rid of all that negative energy, not freed from your vessel, and then you move on to a next one, and then their new fluids, their new energies, their new traumas is now passed on to you. No, because you cannot heal in traumatic situations. Even if you get good people, most of you are going to turn into energy vampires, or you're going to take up low vibrational partners who are going to turn into energy vampires when it comes to you, and you're not going to feel good in relationships like these. Okay, so it's best to just normalize being alone until you figure out who you are as an individual.